Hey, what's up? Modern Philosopher here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the golden mean. It's really interesting, and the coolest part about it is that it shows up everywhere. And so, the main idea behind the golden mean is that in our universe of extremes, our kingdom of extremes, everything has an opposite. And so, when you have this extreme entropy between uh, two opposing maximums, you need a middle, right? And so that's our golden mean. And the reason we call it the golden mean is that it shows up everywhere in all societies. Everybody, just about on planet Earth, has come up with and agreed upon the idea that you should be at balance. You know, you shouldn't be too far in excess in either extreme. And that's the main point about the golden mean. And so I have a ton of really awesome quotes by a bunch of really incredible people. And the coolest part about it is all these quotes came from completely different times, completely different cultures, and completely different people. And so everybody has their own spin on what the golden mean is. But they all kind of have the basic gist. So I'll start off by talking about Aristotle. He says, "It is better to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken." And Aristotle says this, and it's kind of funny, it's kind of comical, but it's true. You don't want to be in excess in either extreme. You don't want to be drunk and you don't want to be thirsty. And basically how that translates to life is you don't want to be bad or you don't want to be good. And so how Aristotle describes the golden mean is, or the mean, is he has a line, and the line has 2 points. Point A is extreme A and point B is extreme B. And in between you have a point, a midpoint in the center, and your goal is to get to that point. Because if you reach that point, then the line is in balance, right? It's like a scale. If you have too much weight on this side, it's going to tip over. If you have too much weight on the other side, it's going to tip over that way, right? And so that is basically Aristotle's gist of what the mean is. And you get the line. It's really interesting. Another quote. This is a Hindu proverb. Again, completely different culture than Aristotle and the Greeks. "Even nectar is poison if taken to excess." So what this is getting at is if you have that line, or if you have some extreme, taking that extreme, even if it's good, in excess it's bad. Anything in excess is bad, right? Everything in moderacy is good, right? That's a quote that everybody's heard, you know. Donuts aren't bad for you if you have one every once in a while, you know. It's when you start eating 50, 60 donuts in a week that you're gonna have issues, right? So that's the basic gist of that. Everything in moderacy is good, and don't be in excess. William Shakespeare, yet again, another culture, another time. This time we're talking about English and England. "They are sick that surfeit with too much, as they that starve with nothing." William Shakespeare wrote this, and he said, well, that makes sense. It combines with the golden mean, and what it's saying is, you know, if you have too much, you're not going to be doing well, and if you have nothing at all, you're not going to be doing well at either. You need to be somewhere in the middle, and that midpoint is where you're at balance between the two extremes, and that's your mean, and that's really important to find, and it's required when you're trying to balance life. Confucius in the Analects, another book that I was talking about, says, "To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short." Once again, you know, you can't go too far in either direction, right? If you fall short of your goal, well, you failed your goal. But if you exceed your goal and your goal changes you in some way, that's a bad thing, right? It can be. Potentially it could be good, but only if the situation is right. And our last quote is a Jewish proverb, yet again, another culture. This time it's more religious. Don't be sweet, lest you be eaten up. Don't be bitter, lest you be spewed out. And I love this quote. This quote's awesome. And basically, this relates to just about everything, right? If you're too nice, you're going to be basically just emptied of your resources. All of your resources are going to other people. If you're too selfless, you're giving too much of yourself to other people. Whereas on the other hand, if you're bitter, if you're too selfish, then nobody's going to want to be with you. And you're going to have no energy to draw from, right? So don't be too sweet, don't be too bitter. And I guess the basic gist of the golden mean. It's a really, really, really crucial topic when you're discussing your personal philosophy, because you have to be able to find your mean in order to be successful in the future. Right? You have to be at balance. If you're not at balance, if you're constantly in the struggle back and forth between yin and yang, it's no good. You need to be at balance and have to accept that the struggle is going to happen. You have to accept that you're going to be somewhere in the middle, and once you find that place in the middle, then you've got your foundation for your future success. Okay? And that's the important part. So that wraps up the golden mean. I'm going to talk more about education in my next video, and how the golden mean and the extremes and adaptability relates to knowledge and education, and last week and the week before's videos. I got a little off track and on my videos, and this week, as soon as I finish the series on extremes and entropy, I'm going to go into morals and ethics, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about Aristotle and Confucius and a lot of other philosophers. A little bit about Nietzsche too. And yeah, so if you like the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Follow me on Google Plus and Twitter, as always. And this was today's Daily Enlightenment. Hope to see you next time. Bye.